Cek tuh. Apakah sudah live? Sudah ready kah? Oke. Udah masuk ya. Ini belum. Kita nanti mau live streaming official. Spesial program, tapi sebelum itu masih lama kayaknya. Kasih tau kalau misalkan suaranya jelek ya guys. Oke, kita main dulu aja. Gue belum daily juga nih, baru 2 tadi karena ada event ya. Udah pada event kah? Ada satu lagi, wow di sini. Kita nunggu jam 7 perkiraan live-nya di Twitch ya. Kita bakal nobar. Tapi sorry nih kalau misalkan gua nggak terlalu paham Inggrisnya ya. Yang penting ada kode redeem. Itu sih inceran pertama, kode redeem. Sampai nunggu jam 7 daily dulu. Hampir aja mati. Yen V. Apa coba, remit kah? Oh, remit. Woi, gila. Mati nggak tuh gua? Gila, langsung ditebas gitu gua. Wih, sip. Oh, ada ini, nara-nara, sip. Biar bisa ini dapat chest yang banyak kayak itu. Alah. Sip. Oke, ini dia. Ziriab. Who is that? Kamu kehilangan sesuatu? Apa dia? Amurta, Armuta, Atamur. Wah, bener dong. Apa nama Darshan ini? Harafatat. Salah. Spantamat. Benar. Hoki boy. Oh, tembak. Ganggu betul. Kita ambil dulu. Lumayan. Wah, masih 51 menit lagi. Mau ngapain ya? Oke, ini aja. Aduh, salah kan? Bukan ini boy. Mau nempak gua. Nah, 300. Ini nih males bener gue boy. Farming ini nih. Habisnya cepet. Oke, kita ini dulu aja. Ngumpulin material untuk karakter baru yang bakal nanti kita tonton. Suara gue jelas nggak nih ya? Oke. Kita farming dulu. Gue baru berapa ini ya? Mana? Ini dia. Tiga 37 ya. Dia butuh 3. Salah, Pak. 346 apa ya? Setiap karakter itu. Cepet bener ini stamina. Oke, 10 menit lagi kayaknya. Sepertinya ya. Penasaran nih gua. Oke. Come on. Ayo. Woi, slow. Wah, 2 kali rotasi. Hihi. Iya, gue perlu bagusin lagi si Yanve nih. 239. Hydro. Tidak. Jelek. Oke, farming dulu paling. Lagi nih. Gue paling nyari ini, paling nyari chest. Ini udah 86, 100, 96. Ini udah 100 nih. Tinggal dikit lagi nih. Oke, masih lama, 10 menit lagi ya. Kita farming dari monster seperti biasa. Oke, ganti party. Kita pakai party farmingan. Ini dia. Zongli Ningguang. The best. Not responding nggak tuh? Ayo, dapat banyak dong. 1, 2, 3 di sini. 3 doang kah? Wih, hari ini event yang hari kedua belum ya, Bu? Ntar aja. Wah, itu dia.
Amai. Nankou furaku.
Please lah. Ganggu aja loh.
Iza.
Uh. Ini lagi. 2 kurcaci. Ya. Oke. Gue butuh ini doang.
Ganzan Hatsuku.
Please lah. Jangan ganggu gitu. Oke, gue lagi cek. Masih offline ya. Oh, udah ganti boy. All sense clear, all anxiety void. Mantep. Bum 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 bum. Semoga lancar ya internetnya. Please in the home. Ku berharap padamu. Oke, kita ke nggak ada lagi kan? Leeway dulu. 5 menit lagi. Apakah bakal ada epic momentus? Woi, co-work sih ini. Aku ingin ini hasil tambangan Liu ya. Tapi yang paling mantep sih di ini ya, di Casem ya. Paling nanti lah kalau sempet. Oke, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wah, Liu ini banyak, boleh 5. Kayaknya yang jauh-jauh dulu sini. Ini yang buangan-buangan. Sini kayaknya. Oke, 3 menit lagi. Tak sabarnya aku. Iza. Weh. Tara. Ya kah? Sini. Oke, ini tempat yang paling ini sih. Yang paling mantap kalau farming batu nih. Cuma di Liwe di sini doang lah. Itu dia. Oh, usah turun lagi. Sip. Wah, ini di bawah sini. Berat mana lagi masuknya? Ah, ini dia. Numpang lewat doang. Sip. Wih. Enggak, ini bener dia nih. Udah jam 7. Oke. Sudah mulai kah?
Oh, obviously I'm here scouting out the place.
Udah
I've been
mulai dong.
investigating the area and I've already figured out all the plans for the event. Of course, I can tell you all the details. We're practically family. I'm Max Middleman, and this is the Genshin Impact version 3.3 special program. Let's roll the version 3.3 trailer.
Anjir, udah langsung trailer.
A friendly word of advice. Test of courage event.
Wah, udah mulai, boy.
Tend to give rise to a variety of strange rumors.
Oh, I might have a feeling that it's staring right at us.
Are you?
Wih, apa nih? Siapa nih? Anjir. Wah, Dottore.
Jester, I have completed the task you gave me.
From this day forth, Balladeer and Kabukimono will cease to exist.
Oh, masih ada tentang Skramus ya?
Think you would be able to see through my plan?
Dottore.
Wah, masih ada ceritanya, boy.
Dottore! In that case, I'll take some time for myself now.
Oh, dia memang berubah. Nggak tahu berubah apa-apa ya. Anjir lagu ya.
You dare to gaze upon me?
Gokil sih. Anjir. Si Faruzan.
Dare to mess with me?
Iya, boy. Asik lagu anjir.
Too late for regret. Have fun with this gift.
Scaramouche. The mere fact of your
Oh, dia anemo nih.
does not make you indestructible.
Wah, all sin clean, all exist. Oh, langsung dong. Oke. Kode rhythm. Salah kan gua? Notepad dulu. 8 AR AU 6F NBN PV. Ya gua taruh di
Hey everyone, and welcome to the Genshin Impact version 3.3 special program.
ada
I'm
itu
your host,
dong.
Sarah
Sudah
Miller,
pasti
host
dari
of
Ran
Genshin
berarti.
and Genshin Impact. And today I'm joined by
Max, the one and only middleman, voice of the one and only Arataki Ito.
Anjir.
And I'm Patrick Pedraza, voice of the Wanderer.
Wih,
But up until now,
anjir.
travelers have only known me
So
as
Wanderer.
Scaramouche, and everyone's been battling me in the game lately.
Yeah, that's true. But to be fair, it's a really cool fight.
It's a really cool fight.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, I'm super excited to have the chance to share some
Oke, udah
upcoming
10.80 ya.
content with everyone. What did you all think about that trailer?
Okay, so I definitely saw Irminsul in there, and
Sorry nih kalau
really
misalnya gua
excited
nggak
to find out
paham
more
ya.
about it.
Nggak terlalu paham.
That trailer had.
Ya, kita tonton aja.
It had everything. It had action. It had drama.
Itu.
Lighthearted in places, but it was dramatic.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm just super stoked for everyone to see Scaramouche's backstory. I'm super excited about it for reals.
Heck yeah.
Well, speaking of that, following the story's development, Scaramouche is still in Nahida's custody. So I bet the question everyone's wanting to know is how he'll become the Wanderer.
Yeah, for sure. And there's quite a story behind that. If you're interested, then be sure to play through
Oh,
the
ada
Quest
Archon Quest lagi.
version of
Wah,
Genesis.
gokil.
There is so much to learn in this quest, so I hope everyone checks
Langsung ada Archon Quest.
Oh, come on, man. You can't just leave everyone hanging like that. How about some
Berarti kayak mungkinan lanjutan dari
please?
All right.
cerita yang sebelumnya. Wah, gokil sih ini.
You Chibi-Ito. You can't. Here's a little preview from the quest.
Oke, ini dia previewnya. Wah,
We ran
apa itu
into
boy?
people at the academia today talking about an essay. Turns out their topic was about the Tatar.
Ini di dalam pikirannya ini tah Skaramus kah?
They were saying it sounded like lots of Tatarasuna's history is still unexplained.
Wow, ada animasinya ya.
Now it's just from people
Dulu mah gambar doang.
their imagination. At least that's what they thought.
Well, you guessed right about one thing.
Siapa itu?
Tatarasuna was sabotaged.
Siapa nih ya?
Oh.
Wah, gokil.
Wait, why
Suara
are you
siapa
talking
tadi,
about
boy?
Tatarasuna?
I guess we'll have to see. It is interesting, though, to see the Traveler, Nahida, and Scaramouche all together so peacefully like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in this interlude chapter, Nahida will task the Traveler and Paimon with keeping an eye on Scaramouche while we go with him into Irminsul in search of some information.
Oh, interesting. So obviously Nahida must have some reason for deciding to keep Scaramouche around.
Oh, yeah, totally. And I'm liking Scaramouche's new style. Ooh, dude's looking
New style ya.
Heck yeah, always.
Ya berarti kan berubah dari Anemo kan.
At this
Sebelumnya
point,
Elektro.
he's known by a completely different name, the Wanderer. I love that name.
Okay, so
The Wonder.
I know I'm not the only one who's curious about what happened. I mean, it looks like he's really changed a lot.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm afraid that's all we can show for now. Travelers will have to experience the story for themselves in-game. I mean, it's better to explore the storyline without too many spoilers, right?
True, true.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Okay, we'll leave the rest for travelers to discover themselves. But the Wanderer is also going to be a new playable character in version 3.3. So
Playable
let's talk
3.3
about
ya.
that. I'm sure many of our viewers are.
Gue udah lihat sih, ya beberapa.
Heck yeah, sure
Ya.
thing. Let's have a look at the Wanderer.
Oke, ini dia skillnya nih.
There's no need to exchange.
Ah, ini dia.
It's rather pathetic to force a conversation just to occupy silence.
Gokil sih ini, gokil sih gua. Satisfying banget loh. Jadi kayak Heizo pertama kali kan.
Bow your head.
Wah ini nih. Wah gokil sih. Oi.
Alright,
Bisa
Patrick,
gitu
you're
dia.
up. Help introduce the Wanderer for us.
Sure thing. The Wanderer
Dia bisa
is
terbang
passive
lagi.
and has an animo vision, so he
Oke,
uses
normal
wind blades
attack-nya.
to perform ranged normal attacks.
Wait a second, wind blades?
Not the same as
Wind
the
blade.
Traveler's wind blade, though.
Okay.
So, as everyone probably already noticed,
Tuh,
the
bisa
Wanderer
terbang.
can hover in the air when he casts his elemental skill. Upon using his elemental skill, he will first deal AoE damage before leaping into
Oh
the
jadi elemental skillnya itu terbang.
state.
Tapi bisa tetap
So,
normal attack ya
hovering,
di
Wanderer's
atas.
normal and charge attacks will be converted into Kugo, Fushudan, and
Tapi saat terbang dia bisa nggak ya normal?
the damage
elemental-
they
Wih.
deal and their AoE will be
Bisa
increased.
setinggi itu lagi.
Their
Wah
damage will
gokil.
be considered normal and charge attack damage, respectively. Also, Kugu Tofukai will not consume stamina, and he can remain hovering for a certain duration.
Apa tuh katanya? Nggak ada stamina apa?
I know, right? But he can't stay hovering forever. While
Oh.
the Wanderer constantly consumes
Nah itu ada staminanya ya, kan itu di samping kanan dia.
state, which is the blue meter.
Dia ada kayak staminanya beda gitu dari yang
Doesn't
lari.
move or attack.
Tapi lebih cepat habis juga dia.
Still consume Kuguryoku points.
Nah itu kan kuning, yang tadi biru.
This mechanic works a little differently than our typical stamina meter. There are many possible actions the Wanderer can perform while hovering in the air, which all rely on Kuguryoku points rather than stamina. So, for example, sprinting mid-air will consume additional Kuguryoku points to accelerate mid-air, and holding the sprint button will cause persistent point
Ngeledeknya itu lah.
to maintain speed. So this effect will replace his default sprint. Jumping expends extra Kuguryoku points to increase hovering height. Holding jump will cause persistent Kuguryoku point consumption to keep increasing hovering height. Of course,
Gue nggak paham ya dia ngomong apa ini sebanyak ini.
his hovering
Hanya yang beberapa doang tadi gue paham.
Oh, okay. So travelers will need to plan their actions while hovering.
Exactly. So, with his talent, Jade Claim Flower, when casting his elemental skill, if it contacts Hydro, Pyro, Cryo, or Electro, that instance of the skill will receive a corresponding buff effect depending on
bisa
which
nge-buff.
element was contacted.
Apa,
for example,
burstnya kah?
increasing his Kuguryoku points cap, attack, crit rate, or restoring a set amount of energy
gokil
to
sih.
opponents with a normal or charged attack. The Wanderer
Asli.
can have up to 2
Masuk list ini.
buffs
Gua
simultaneously.
explore, kayak nggak explore doang ya, DPS ini dia
Check
nih.
that out. Part of the halo behind him changes color depending on the buffs you get. So
Lihat
travelers will be able
partikelnya
to easily understand
setiap
what
berapa-
effects the Wanderer currently has.
Kayak nggak setiap
I like
waktu ya.
that. It's helpful and still looks really cool.
Yeah.
So after unlocking another talent, Gales of Reverie, when the Wanderer is in the hovering state, if his normal or charged attack hits an enemy, there is a set chance to gain another buff effect, allowing him to sprint midair without consuming Kuguryoku points. Additionally, this buff effect will fire wind arrows to attack the enemy.
Ooh.
Oh, dope. I'm sure extra buff effects like that will go a long way for players when they're in combat.
Yeah, for sure. And if you've noticed, there is a colorful aura of light around his body to indicate
Oh, itu
that
buffnya. Mantap juga sih. Asli boy.
Pretty cool.
Bisa
I
semua lu deh.
love all the detail they've put into the Wanderer.
Tapi kayak beda sama kayak Kazuha ya.
Wanderer's
Mungkin ya.
elemental burst.
Nanti gue bakal bahas
So,
lebih lanjut
check this out.
mungkin.
Upon unleashing his burst, he compresses the atmosphere and stomps it down.
Gila itu
toward the enemy.
burstnya satisfying
Travelers
bener.
should note that if the Wanderer is in a hovering state when he unleashes his burst, then the hovering state will end and he will begin descending after the burst is completed.
Okay, this stomping animation is a little aggressive.
Yeah, but it's cool.
I know, and it actually suits his character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't help but agree.
Wait. Let's not forget about the exploration talent.
Ah, yes. This is
Oh,
an
talent.
interesting
Oh.
one. The Wanderer can decrease the
weapon baru kah?
when
Crit
the
damage
blows
dong.
and catalyst.
Hey, now you can never
Nambahin sama atik
saving more.
apa?
Am I
Speed
right?
attack.
Okay, that's true. All right, now that we've seen the Wanderer, let's move on to the next new character. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Yay!
Buat dia sendiri ya. Oke, Faruzan sekarang.
I'm old now, so every other phrase escapes my ears. Try calling me Madam Farozan,
Madam.
and I'll see if I can pick that up.
Udah tua kali dia. Aku udah tua.
Huh?
Mata segitiga gitu.
What is it that you would like to learn more about? Different forms of pressure-based puzzle mechanisms? The base layer design of elemental monuments? Huh. Wait. Did you forget to call me Madam Farozan just now when you asked your question? Whoa! What? There's nothing wrong with being afraid of thunder, even at an older age.
Waifu baru.
She sounds
Orang banget ini.
yeah, and smart too.
She seems so awesome.
He's fun.
Jepangnya Horiyui.
Skirts man.
I know, her design is so cool and really detailed. I love it.
So even
Itu
though she looks
kupingnya kah?
super
Apa
young,
rambutnya?
She's actually an old person. Like, where's my teeth?
Tolong
She's
itu
not that old.
ngejek.
Right.
Could've fooled me.
Faruzan's age is probably still nothing compared to Scaramouche.
Mm-hmm. But let's call him the Wanderer, Sarah. Please.
Okay, you know who I meant. Actually, now that I think about it, yokai can also live a really long time too.
That's right. Yeah, no. And speaking of age, isn't the traveler's age also kind of mysterious?
That's true. It looks like all of our characters are intriguing. But it's safe to say that Faruzan is way older than most people in Tibet. Faruzan works in the academia's Haravatat Darshan and has been a hairbod, which roughly means mentor, for over a century.
Oh, mentor dia di akademi.
If she's also
Ya guru lah ya bisa dibilang.
long life, you know, like Klee.
Itu yang dibaca.
No,
Fase 2-nya yang gue
she's
tunggu
actually
Raiden
just a
sama
regular
siapa?
typical
Ya sudah pasti
human being.
inilah.
Well, maybe not.
Nih, lihat nih.
About
Di
100
depan tuh ada
years
Ito
ago,
ya.
Faruzan was an undisputed
Sepertinya Ito ya.
traveling all
Yang
around
sudah-sudah.
Sumeru and solving many puzzles and mysteries. The notes she left behind eventually became the basis of mechanical research for later generations.
Whoa, she sounds pretty amazing.
But later, she accidentally stumbled into some ruins while trying to solve a puzzle. There, she encountered some strange phenomenon which stopped her from aging, and was trapped there for nearly 100 years. She eventually solved the puzzle and was able to finally return to Sumeru.
Can you imagine being trapped in a puzzle for 100 years? Wait. So that's how she's been hairbod for over a century.
Yeah. And even now, she still has the
Fase
power of
1 sih
scholar in her
ya
and
mungkin.
is a very talented person. It's
Tapi dia,
just that
kalau misalkan
things
model
haven't
sama
changed
Raiden
for
kayak
so
mana loh?
long, She's kind of fallen behind the times now.
Bingung loh.
Hey, Yeah, I get what you mean. She was once a proud researcher in a niche field that has become unpopular after 100 years. So, is she still completely dedicated to her field?
Yep. And she often tries using her old age as a means of drumming up support for her ideas. However, I think she'd prefer to be complained about for using her seniority rather than garnering sympathy for her experience of being trapped in the ruins.
Yeah, sounds like she's quite the character.
I know, right? Okay, so now that we've covered her backstory, why don't we take a look at Faruzan's abilities in combat?
Let's do it.
Fight.
Woi, combat nih skill.
100 years
Jadi pakai bow ya berarti ya.
there hasn't been any change to those dumb rules at the academia.
Udah suaranya tapi yang Inggris, gue pengen denger yang Jepang.
With me,
Itu muter terus kah? Oh,
have fun with this gift.
menarik ya tapi sebentar doang kayaknya. Nah itu tuh apa itu? Ngebuff apa itu?
I
Nyerang juga kah
love
itu?
all the geometric shapes when she's playing. Did you guys see that?
Yes, there's so
crazy.
much geometry. And I took geometry.
It looks so cool.
Ah, yeah.
So, Faruzan is an animo character, and she wields a bow as her weapon. Her normal attacks are the usual bow attacks you'd expect from a bow user, so there's not too much to say about that. But her skills are where things get interesting. Her elemental skill deploys a polyhedron that deals damage to enemies. After using her skill, her next aimed shot will become a special attack that
Oh,
creates
meledak dong.
pulling nearby
Dua
objects
kali
and
berarti.
opponents in.
Oh, nice. So she can clump enemies together.
And there's also another thing about her special charged attack. It will create a vortex effect at its point of impact. And if the attack hits an enemy or ally member, it will
Sama Heizo dong
and create a
dipakein ya.
vortex after a short delay.
Okay. So it looks like there will be a lot of potential uses for this attack. Travelers will have to
Iya, ada quad
experiment
control
with
tapi
they come up
kecil
with.
dia.
Yeah, I think it'd be amazing to try hitting teammates with the arrow in
kan.
co-op mode and have them charge into the enemies to
Oh,
group
ada Eula juga dong.
I'll have to see who wants to try that with me. After unlocking the talent Impetuous Flow, the time
Oh,
required
chart
for fully
attack-nya.
charging Faruzan's next
Wih,
shot will
gila
be
sih.
reduced, and the arrow will reduce
Satisfying bener Wanderer nih.
resistance.
Lihat normal attack itu boy.
Elemental Burst. She deploys a dazzling polyhedron and releases a whirlwind pulse. Throughout its
Yeah.
duration, the dazzling polyhedron will continuously move along a triangular path. Once it reaches each corner of that triangular path, it will unleash one more whirlwind pulse.
Yeah, 1 minute she's here, the next she's gone for 100 years. Bada boom!
No. Even
Kalau
Sino's
itu.
jokes are funnier than that.
It was pretty
All
funny.
right. Anyway, let's hear what effects these whirlwind pulses have.
Sure. When the whirlwind pulse hits opponents, it will decrease their animo resistance. It will also apply an animo damage buff effect.
Ito
to all
juga.
nearby
Wah,
party
Ito.
members
Maksud Xiao.
Travelers should note that the effective range of this buff is quite large, and it's not just within the whirlwind pulse itself, so there's no need to go chasing the polyhedron.
Ito. Xiao belum
After
dapat
unlocking
lagi
her
gua.
talent, Lost Wisdom of the Seven Caverns, when a team member uses normal, charged, or plunging attacks, elemental skills, or elemental bursts to deal animo damage to an enemy,
Gila, itu
the
keren
damage
betul
will
sih ini.
increase based on Faruzan's base attack. This effect can only be triggered once for a certain duration of time.
Oh, so it seems she'll be the solid support.
Yeah.
Totally! And as a researcher
40%
of
resistant.
puzzles, Faruzan
Faruzan itu ya?
upon herself to explore many ruins, with her travels taking her all across Sumeru. Her
Oh,
exploration talent reflects
pasifnya.
and she gains more rewards when dispatched on a Sumeru expedition for 20 hours.
Oke,
I'm sure
sama
more
kayak
than
Yelan.
Her avatar has 100 years of experience in solving puzzles.
Yeah, I gotta say, that's pretty hard to beat.
Mhm.
So, the big question is, when can travelers expect to get these new characters?
That is a good question. Let's talk about the upcoming event wishes. In the early part of version 3.3,
Wah,
the
betul.
Wanderer and Arataki Ito will be available via their own event wishes.
Wanderer dengan Ito fase pertama dan Faruzan gokil.
In the later part of version
Bener.
3.3,
Wah,
we'll be seeing
Ayato, boy.
rerun event wishes for both the Raiden Shogun and Kamisato Ayato. And last but not least, The new 5-star catalyst.
Oke, weapon baru juga ada.
will be
Tulai
appearing in
tulah.
the new weapon
Namanya
language.
tulai tulah.
That's not all. In version 3.3,
Gokil boy.
brand new artifact series.
Untung nggak dipisah
So
Faruzan.
travelers should be sure to check out the corresponding domain.
Woo! More artifacts.
All right.
I hope travelers will have fun.
Oh,
experimenting
artefak baru juga.
trying New combinations with these.
Duanya anemo damage,
We've already
elemental
talked about
mastery
plenty of
lagi.
content, so why don't we take a quick break with another redemption code?
Sounds good. Roll out the code.
Wah, kayak ini lebih bagus dari V3.3 kah? Oke, kode lagi. N S8B D6E PS 77Z. Sekarang game paku. Lagunya itu banget ini. Oke, udah dipin ya. Kode redam yang kedua. Oh, lu mau ini ya? Signature Raiden.
Welcome
Semoga
back
aja
to the
dapet.
version
Wih,
3.3 special program.
apa nih?
Okay, Patrick, what
Wah,
do we have next?
event dong.
So next, we'll be covering the upcoming events for the new
Oh,
version.
dapat sword
Right,
gratis
we've
kok kayak
already
payung
mentioned
itu.
the Courage event, and I'm sure plenty of you were wondering about that, so let's start there.
You must be here to participate in the test of courage.
Siapa nih?
I can already see a dark aura surrounding the two of you. If you carelessly go running into the event,
Oh,
all it will
event.
take is one little misstep, and the darkness will swallow you up. Some strange
ngeri
and
amat tuh.
unusual things may occur along the
Ini di
way.
trailer tadi ya.
If you ever feel you can't handle it, you may withdraw from the event
Siapa nih?
anytime. This is your last
Ngeri amat tuh mata.
I'll count it down. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the test of courage. Enter at your own risk.
Oh, jadi kayak apa ya?
That was pretty interesting.
Itu.
Yeah, I mean, it is a test
Oke,
of
bisa
courage,
di
so
ini ya.
I'm sure there'll be some scary
Bisa
stuff going
dinaikin
on.
R5 mungkin.
Anyway, to successfully clear this event, we'll be facing a series of little tests.
Ooh, what's this? Tests, you say?
Yes, that's right. Word has it that if you walk around the test of courage, you might find yourself encountering a special sort of game. We've already got the rules down, so I'll do a quick introduction. Basically,
Waduh,
travelers
puzzle nggak tuh?
control a bouncing bar to bounce
Waduh,
the ball and
asik
use
amat, Ge.
ball effects to break as many bricks as possible.
Okay, I'm liking this one. Seems pretty straightforward.
During the game,
Ini mah kalau gabut ini mah.
to trigger elemental reactions to break
Oh,
bricks
bisa nempel.
effectively.
Nice! It even has elemental reactions.
Yeah, we can
Oh,
control
elemental
the
reaction
character
juga.
bar. When the character we're using is either pyro, hydro, cryo, or electro, the corresponding element will be applied to the bar. By switching characters,
Iya, iya.
the element
Semoga
of the
dapet
bar.
lah.
Okay,
Signature
all
ya.
the pieces are falling in place now. The bar can infuse a certain
Oh,
element.
jadi api dong.
Blocks also have their own elements.
Bisa berubah juga berarti
Also,
elemennya.
a
Wah
single
loh.
ball of one element to hit blocks of different elements will trigger elemental reactions. There, how'd I do?
Yep, you nailed it. The bar will add the element corresponding to your character. Besides triggering reactions the way you just mentioned, if a skill ball is already infused by an element and it hits the bar, it will also trigger a
Jadi
reaction,
dua dong.
causing the skill ball to have some additional effects. When preparing your team, you can equip modifiers to receive various
Oh,
buff
ada
effects
ada
to help you
ini juga ya,
successfully clear the
buffnya.
challenge.
Oh, nice.
Also, when
Game
there
kayak
are
gini
less
aja
than a certain
di-buff.
amount of bricks on the board and the ball lands on
Makanya game
the bar
jadul
will unleash fireworks.
yang ada di Gmod.
Yeah.
Gimbot.
Travelers can utilize this effect to break some bricks that would normally be difficult to hit directly.
It's like
Oh, bisa nembak dong kita ya. Lihat itu.
So, travelers will need to select characters of the right elements, equip the appropriate modifiers, and use different elemental reactions to break bricks and score more points.
And then travelers will be able to use their points to exchange for rewards in the event shop, correct?
That's right. Also, travelers will have the option of teaming up and playing the event together in co-op mode.
Mampus loh, boleh tambah banyak
a
lah,
lot
Bang.
of fun.
Yeah, super fun.
Yeah,
bisa
in
lari.
addition to this minigame, the Test of Courage storyline will also contain more challenges. Travelers will even have a chance to meet with some good friends
Messi.
again, so be sure to check out this new event. All right, let's move on to our next event.
Okay, so next up, we have a race event
Across
called
the
Across the
Wilderness.
Your objective,
What was that?
collecting balloons.
Ooh,
I don't know, seems like
ampun.
the Wanderer's abilities might come in real handy here.
I know, right?
So,
Lihat
in this
eventnya.
event, each stage will have wilderness balloons scattered all
Ya,
around.
ngumpulin balon.
Travelers will need to find as many wilderness balloons as possible within the time limit to earn increasing.
Balik lagi ke Mondstadt kita.
So during the challenge, travelers will be able to utilize their character's skills and talents. So it'll be important to assemble the right team depending on the traits and terrain of the challenge area.
Oh,
interesting.
interesting.
Yeah, so travelers can also use something called the Wilderness Compass to obtain various buffs, which
Ada
include
buffnya
enhanced
juga.
jumping capabilities, increased movement speed, or unlimited stamina, etc.
Ooh, cool.
However, you can only claim one buff during each challenge. You must consume blessed energy to use the compass and gain the selected buff. You may charge the compass up by finding wilderness balloons,
Yang event itu bukan nembak-nembak itu.
or you can always wait
Kalau
for
yang
the
itu ya
compass
mungkin.
to passively charge over time.
Yo, this
Kan
event
ada balon-balonnya kan.
crazy. It's almost like watching parkour.
Yeah, there are two different kinds of wilderness balloons in these challenges. The first is harvest balloons, which will increase the overall progress of your
Kalau yang puzzle tadi, yang tadi yang game-game tadi baru itu.
cause several
Ini
harvest
kayak
balloons to
ya
appear around
hampir
you
mirip
for a
lah.
certain amount of time.
That's awesome.
So there will be 5 stages available for this event, and travelers will need to consider the
Dan di
conditions and
kota
terrain
nggak
of
tuh?
each stage to come up with the best way to complete it. Also, travelers may team up in co-op mode for challenges.
Ooh, more chances to play together. I love it.
Yeah, same. Okay, let's move on to our next event.
Everyone's favorite game of hide and seek is back. with
Wih,
Winter
balik lagi ini Wind Trace.
Another co-op event.
Wind
And I,
Trace.
for one, am super excited
Nah,
for
ini
it.
baru
Nothing
seru.
like a good co-op. Many of you might
Bisa
already
co-op,
be
kan?
familiar with this event by now, but there have been a few changes. Let me introduce what travelers can expect to see this time around.
Nah, apa yang baru nih? Ada yang baru kah?
We can probably skip some of the basics this time. You know, players
Yeah.
either hide
Basicnya
or
skip aja.
and then
Okay, wait a second. There actually might be some new travelers out there who've never seen this event before. So why don't you start with some of the basics?
Ada yang diperbarui kah?
Okay, let's start at the beginning then. This is a game with a long history in Mondstadt. Travelers will be split into 2 different sides, the rebels and the hunter.
Ya.
You will need to use skills and master the art of hiding or chasing down others to win this event. The goal of the hunter is to capture all the rebels, while the rebels run or use other means to keep themselves from getting caught by the hunter.
Okay, that's straightforward enough. So what else you got for us?
Well, some travelers may remember playing as the rebels and getting caught early in the game. Once that would happen, all you could do was spectate and watch the rest as the
Ketahuan.
But this time around, once you're caught, you'll still be able to participate in the match even in observer mode.
Oh, bisa ngilang dong.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Once you're in observer mode, you can't be seen by other players and will receive the
Observer mode.
beacon skill. This
Ya,
skill
ini pembaruan aja sih.
random beacon to
Lihat naruh pohon di
confuse the
tengah-tengah jalan.
If your
Mana
beacon
mungkin ada.
successfully tricks the hunter and is destroyed, then the hunter will suffer an obscured vision effect.
So even after you've been captured, you can be like a little ghost trying to help your teammates by
Lama
disrupting
amat
the
jadi
hunter.
hantunya nih.
That's pretty fun. And at least you won't have to sit there and just watch the rest of the match anymore.
Exactly. But what does the hunter get this time? I mean, we gotta keep it fair.
Some new windward arts have been added for both the hunter and the rebels. The hunter
Makanya
will
itu.
use the hunter's net.
Wah,
This
ada
net
netnya
is
dong.
thrown and will remove any rebel disguises within its range, and will notify the hunter that a rebel was detected. If a beacon is
Jadi bisa
caught,
nangkap dari jauh
it'll be
mungkin.
destroyed, and the hunter will not suffer from obscured vision.
Nice. So I guess if you love playing Hunter, you'll probably love this.
Oh yeah, you definitely should. The
Nah,
skill
ini
levels from
ngeselin.
previous versions of the game to place beacons
Lama lagi
can now
dia.
only be used by players in observer mode. However, the rebels will be able to use an all-new concealing beacon skill. This skill will allow you to deploy a beacon for a set duration and remain invisible while you're around that beacon.
Nah, ini ketahuan nih.
All players, including your rebel teammates, will be unable to see you while you're invisible. If the concealing beacon is destroyed by the hunter, then the hunter will have their vision obscured for a short time. Sounds pretty fun, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so even if you end up being captured by the hunter at the start of the game, you'll still be able to participate and assist your teammates. And, did I mention Primo Gems and other rewards? The good stuff. So be sure to check it out.
Oh, that's
Primo
awesome.
Gem.
Seriously, I can't wait to play with friends.
Tapi seru sih ini.
Our next event is a
Kayak yang tadi kayaknya tadi solo sih yang balon-balon itu.
Whoop, whoop.
In a forbidden place warded by
Oke.
dust and
Wah, combat nih baru.
mysterious foes have assembled lines
A little
of fortifications
of
to
sand.
stop your coming.
Ooh.
That's right, a new edition of Misty Dungeon will arrive in version 3.3.
Dungeon lagi ya.
But this time around, there will be a total of 7 trials with different themes awaiting you in the Misty Dungeon. Each has a different leyline disorder, and travelers will have to adjust their
Wah, ini mah sama, tapi bisa trial dong.
distribution of enemies. There will
Oh,
also
bisa trial,
be
bisa
trial
make
characters
karakter.
for you to select from as well. After entering the domain, travelers will need to go and complete 3 challenges to collect ancient runes. After collecting power from 3
Oh
ancient
ya udah pernah ini yang chill deh apa ya?
and proceed to the final challenge. Also, throughout the
Tapi ini
trial, additional
tempatnya iya udah pernah boy.
challenges will appear.
Evenly run.
Travelers may choose to interact with these to increase the leyline disorder's effects or revive and heal your team.
You know, if it were up to me, I'd say just go for all the challenges.
I know, but travelers should keep in mind that the challenge objective for each trial might be different, so be sure to check the objective and aim for that while proceeding. In terms of rewards, travelers can look forward to winning Primo Gems and other various prizes.
Yes. Ooh, I like prizes.
And last but not least, version 3.3 will also have leyline overflow events. Travelers can look forward to saving their resin and earning more Mora and experience books.
Nice, that's awesome. That'll be great for all the travelers out there still leveling up all their new characters. And even if you don't need those resources now, it's always good to stock up and have more on hand, am I right?
Oh, event leyline ya.
So, travelers looking to upgrade their characters won't want to miss this.
Iya, hard name-nya nggak tahu tuh ada
In
nggak.
addition to the new version's limited
Nah ini dia.
version 3.3 will
TCG.
also be adding a new permanent game mode called
Kemana nih
Genius
baru?
Invocation TCG.
Genius Invocation TCG!
But before we get into that, let's take another quick break and enjoy a redemption code.
Oi, redemption code.
Slap that code on the screen.
Oke. OA ET9 SU PE NB 765. Oke, langsung ditukar boy. Soalnya dia ini nggak 24 jam ya. Gue perhatiin cuma sampai jam siang itu lah, besok siang udah hilang loh. Udah ya tuh sampai jam 11. Jadi harus cepet.
Welcome back,
Tepuk
everyone.
tangan gak tuh dia?
During our journey into VAT, we've stumbled
Sudah.
across several NPCs talking about a game called Genius Invocation TCG.
Ada
Next,
gameplaynya lagi kah?
We'll introduce this card game that's been taking to VAT by storm. In the version 3.1 special program, we already revealed that Genius Invocation
Yeah.
TCG will be a card game where we can challenge various characters and NPCs or battle against your friends. But there is actually a legend behind this game. It is said that a young guy in Sumeru found an ancient casket of tomes in the attic. He opened it and discovered that the soul of an ancient TCG player called the Crocodile King had been captured inside.
What a name.
It turns out that the Crocodile King was King Deshret's viceroy, who battled an opponent named the Ibis King.
Ada
During the match,
apa ya?
the Crocodile
Masa lalunya
King
dengan
outwitted
King
his
Dessert.
opponent's scheme. and was sealed away in the casket of tomes.
Wah, gokil sih ini.
Ouch, game
Nggak sabar.
over.
After being unexpectedly released by the kid, the Crocodile King possesses him and helps him to gradually climb the ranks to becoming a legendary TCG player.
Nice. Hang on, is it just me, or does that kind of sound like the plot to a light novel or something?
You're right. It turns out that Yai Publishing House is about to release a hit light novel series based on Genius Invocation TCG.
Okay, now this is starting to sound like a plug for Yai Publishing House.
Maybe. But anyway, that's the legend on how Genius Invocation TCG came to be. Though it's probably just a story they came up with for marketing the game.
So while you were telling us about the story, I was over here researching the rules to the game. Basically, Genius Invocation TCG is a game
Wah,
where you
bisa
use
ngajak duel nggak tuh?
duel against an opponent.
Oh, bisa dapet
The
itu juga dong.
Is to defeat
Tapi bukan primojem ya. Wah, gokil boy.
That's right.
Lihat
Also,
ini.
there are many features and mechanics in the game that resonate with Genshin Impact.
Wah, asik sih.
So it shouldn't be too hard for players to get the hang of.
Right, I even saw some elemental reactions in the gameplay.
Yup, a constructed deck must contain character cards.
Oh, ada elemental
And as you
reaction
might
juga.
expect, these character cards have a normal attack, an elemental
Wah,
skill,
gokil.
and an elemental burst. So when a character
Waduh,
card deals
overlord tuh ya.
elemental damage to an enemy, it will cause them to be affected by that
Siapa itu?
element.
Buff kah itu?
You can switch to a character card of a different element and use their abilities to trigger an elemental reaction.
Mental
Did you guys
skill.
notice that there are even monster character cards? Can we even make a deck of, like, just the monsters?
Bennett kayak mana nih?
You're really getting into this, Max.
Yeah, I am! I like card games!
Your attack first.
So in Genius Invocation
Nah, ini apa nih?
all actions require you to spend elemental dice. Each round, both you and your opponent will roll 8 elemental dice.
Reroll.
These elemental dice can have any one of 8 elemental attributes.
Oh, atribut. Oh, bisa dapetin elemen yang
To that.
kita mau apa kayak mana?
So in addition to the 7 standard elements, there's also one called
gokil.
the Omni element. The elemental dice required for a character card to perform an action
Belum paham sih gue, tapi nanti mungkin kita bisa
So,
paham.
for example, a Pyro character like D-Luke needs either Pyro or Omni elemental dice to perform an action. Clear now?
Yep, crystal clear.
Also, elemental dice can be used to switch characters or play a variety of other cards, such as equipment cards, event cards, and support cards. All these cards create the potential for a variety of strategies.
Right. While playing Genius Invocation TCG,
Wih,
travelers can earn
Ada kucing juga lagi.
which will increase your player level. As your
Nanti ada
level
tutorialnya,
increases,
iya.
you'll be able to challenge more characters and NPCs.
Wah, naikin level juga ya.
Challenges, you may earn lucky coins, new cards,
Ah,
and
ini
other rewards.
dia baru dapat primojumnya di
Coins
situ
can be
ya.
exchanged in the event shop for cards.
Wah, kita bisa beli
or can
kartunya.
unlock dynamic skins for certain cards.
Dynamic.
Wah, beli karakter juga dong. 4.000 nggak tuh?
Illustrations, right?
That's right. All character
ada dua.
cards can unlock a dynamic skin. After
Oh,
unlocking
dynamic
that,
skin.
you'll
Satunya,
even
oh satu
bonus
diem.
animation
Kalau
whenever
mau
you pass that
dynamic.
character's elemental burst.
Cool.
Oke,
And
oke.
if you're confident in your TCG skills, you can also invite a friend to duel. After reaching a high enough player level, you'll even unlock a matchmaking mode. So be sure to give it a
Bisa
try.
gitu.
Travelers should note that playing against your friends or other travelers won't count towards any leaderboards or provide any rewards. So you can
Leaderboard.
relax.
Oh,
It's
bisa
all
dong.
just for fun.
Just for
Okay,
fun.
That's everything we have for Genius Invocation
Wah,
TCG.
gokil.
That brings us to the end of today's special program.
Oh.
So, what did you think?
Why do I
Yeah,
have to
selesai.
be over? There's so much that this
Cepet
version has to
banget.
offer.
Yeah, I can't even take it all in right now. I'm just super stoked to be part of this. I think I just gained some Kuguryoku points just doing this whole thing, so.
Man, the new characters look cool.
I know, what about Scaramouche hovering?
Gokil,
That's
gokil.
awesome.
That's super dope.
That's awesome. And I cannot wait to play in some of these events and mini games. I'm super excited. This was so fun. I'm really glad that we got to do the special program together.
I'm so happy I got to come back for another special program. This is my 3rd time being on one of these, and I can't wait for number 4. I'm counting.
I'm so happy. This is my first one, so thank you for
My first one. Iya. Mati dia. Udah. Oke, udah selesai berarti ya. Cepet sekali habisnya. Oke, coba gua ngatur ini dulu. Selesai doi. Mengobati sedikit konten endgame, tapi memang
Feel good.
memang nggak ada ya. Oh, emang ngelak apa internet gua nih? Intinya udah habis lah ya. Gitu doang. Oke, saat ini kita menukar-nukar redeem code. Redeem code kegedean dong. Sabar boy. Tur bentar ya. Oke. Wah, gokil. Oke, saatnya nuker. Nggak ada scene epic di awal. Scene epic nggak ada kayaknya. Udah habis sih tadi tuh. Tadi tuh nggak tahu internet gua, tapi ini gua lancar kok. Baru ya gua coba buka lagi nih. Udah offline Genshin ya. Iya udah. udah habis mang. Memang tadi itu dari Genshin ya. Sabar, gue mau nuker nih. Aku penukaran kode. Kode. Oke. Mantap. Ini tukar lagi. Loh. Oh iya, dia belum gua copy. Kocak. Nah. Oke. Kita cek and recheck. Mantep boy, 300 primo jam lumayan buat nambah-nambah. Seribu 100. 7 ya. Ini 2. Udah kita tabung supaya dapet. Tadi nggak lagi ngapain ya? Oh iya, dia lagi farming. Lanjut farming, tapi kalau misalnya kalian tukar kode dulu tuh, jangan lupa boy. Langsung gacain, siapa tuh hoki kan? Kalau gue mah nunggu, iya. Wanderer, semoga menang. Tapi emang jangan berharap sih. Bingung ya. Ada Ayato lagi lah. Ayato itu hydro enablernya mantap juga sih dia tuh. Untung aja nggak digabung loh si Faruzan. Udah ngiranya wah ini pasti digabung si Faruzan. Seperti biasa ya, hoyoverse merugi. Tapi belum punya kan Ayato lubang belum gua. Ngejek nih. Toram. Doain aja siapa tahu kan V3.3 gitu kan. Pengen ya. Okil sih kalau misalkan V3.1 ya. Nggak tahu lagi gua. Sembah hoyoverse. Oh juga belum punya ya. Siapa tahu kan dapat juga di sekarang ini. Dapat signaturnya Raiden maksudnya ya, signature Raiden. Inazuma. Wendy sama Yomi gue PT1. Anjir serius lo. Anjir PT1. Gue aja sehoki-hokinya itu juga dapat si Mona loh. Wendy sama Yomi yang ngeselin banget. Gak pernah akun gue sehoki itu. Tolonglah Toro, bantulah. Bantu. Harus tahu gitu caranya gitu. Jangan sendiri-sendiri. Anjir PT1 itu. Gue PT1, oh iya si Saino, tapi ya begitulah.
Ganzan Hachiku.
Lo. Kabur. Balik ke hoki masing-masing. Nggak hoki berarti gua. Ya udah, mau gimana? Gua udah ngomongin hoki. Sini dulu.
Ganzan Hachiku.
Alait yang dibalik Risa ya. Yang mana coba buka ini. Lupa gue mak cara bukanya ini kayak mana. Kayak ini kan ya. Elektrogranom. Nah, batu hujan batu. Oke. Oke, redem lah. Gue udah bawa 300 primojem, lumayan. Jadi bener ya kodenya di atas itu, di yang kupin. Gue udah coba. Hasil tambang Sumeru. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, di itu ada ya. Oke, sini dulu. Masih ada sili toh. Ini pasti. Oh kan bener. Enggak, gua lewat doang. Ya ampun. Enggak, gua lewat doang.
Iza.
Alah. Itu dia.
旅はいつか終わりを迎える。慌てる必要はない。
Oke, ganti dulu party, kita ngelawan monster. Buat ini ya, farming. Arte nanti dulu lah. Bakal ada arte baru juga kan? Nanti gue seperti biasa gue buat untuk pendeknya gitu. Coba gue pakai ini ganti. Pengen tahu seberapa DPS. Redeem code. Gue cepet bener pakai ini nih, stamina-nya habis ya. Gokil sih. Ribu. Jangan terbang dong. Bentar lagi aja. Dikit lagi. Enak boy. Main lah. Masih kurang. Masih perlu ada yang ditambah. 3, 4, 2. Kurang 4 lagi ya. Ya udahlah. Nanti aja lagi. Ini mantap juga sih. Kalau ini crit rate, the perfect of the perfect. Ini 52 ya. Gue tuker aja lah buat arte. Udah kayak nih. Udah dong. Oke, tuker aja kali ya. Gue mau buat ini juga arte kalau misalkan itu. Udah 42. Sudah 42, kurang 4 lagi, ya itu mah tinggal nanti aja gitu kan. Kan biasanya 46 kan lah ya. Oh, buat ininya talent ya paling. Item talentnya itu hari apa ya? Ingenuity itu apa? Oh, frasis Rabu, Sabtu ini hari Jumat. Oi, hari Jumat ada yang perlu gue naikin kah? Hari Jumat ini nggak perlu sih. Siapa yang pakai ini boy? Dori dan Layla. Are you kidding me? Layla. Dori talentnya perlu nggak sih? Kayak cuma burstnya apa skillnya gitu ya? Burstnya kan. Terus si Layla. Dua ini. Janganlah.
時に通じ合う。それぞれの利害を天秤にかけ。
Oke, mau lanjut ini dulu ya. Sebelum berakhir kita event. Event dulu gitu. Coba ibunya. Oke. Loh. Ya, gue kira udah kebuka. Besok ternyata. 6 jam lagi. Sayang sekali. Udah gak ada event udah habis. Ini udah. Udah kan ya? Iya udah. Ini udah, coba karakter sudah. Oke, paling gua ini aja. Gua mau apa? Meredem akun gue yang satu. Bentar ya, kita tutup dulu. Aku tidak mau. Tanggal 2 pemasukan sedikit, anjir. Makanya event terakhir ya itu ya. Lah yang ini nggak ada yang siapa yang biasa bawa berita gitu yang Samir ya apa? Samir apa ya? Samir sih seingat gua. Ini akun gue yang satunya ya. Ini jarang bener gue mainin sih, tapi kalau misalkan ada event yang bisa di apa ya, event bisa dijalanin, kadang gue jalanin. Kayak gue mainin pas redeem kode ataupun ada apa gitu. Gacha tipis-tipis, siapa tahu kan. Gak yakin juga sih dapat. Tapi seenggaknya punya akun 2. Nah di akun ini nggak tahu gue hoki apa kagak ini. Ini doang tuh. Gue juga jarang sih. Kan ini aja baru AR berapa ya? 25 nggak tuh? Gue tukar aja eventnya. Ya Liben. Kok tadi gue ngomong siapa sih? Samir ya? Siapa Samir anjir? Oke. Oke. Ambil dulu. Siapa yang gue pengen ya? Reden udah ada listrik. Pak ini si Hydro yang belum ada. Berarti chill deh. Nggak tahu gue PT berapa ini. Ini udah lama banget sih. 10 15 12 nggak tuh? 13. Enggak sih, emang nggak dapet ya. Emang ngabisin aja Primozem. Toma nggak tuh? Toma nggak tuh? Ya kan, ada lagi kan di band. Lupa antum. Di C1 doang. Oke, jadi seperti itu aja untuk event kan. Untuk live stream kali ini ya, dan juga nobar tadi seru banget. Bisa nih gue event ini. Oh, bisa, boy. Bisa nih gue jalanin. Thank you sudah mampir. Ada Toram ya, always Toram. Thank you sudah mampir. Sudah, yang lain juga udah memberikan like-nya, subscribe-nya juga. Kita mungkin ketemu lagi di live stream selanjutnya ataupun di video-video gue selanjutnya ya. Oke. Bye bye.